want to share with you 10 tips on how to really master self-care, how to make it part of your day-to-day routine in a seamless or very practical, sustainable kind of way. Let's go ahead and dive in. Number one, if you are a person who you are not going to do any type of workout or exercise in the evening because you're just wiped out at the end of the day, I really encourage you to see where you can fit in 10 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes. Okay. Again, not saying that you got to get up at 5 a.m., but can you get up 20 minutes earlier to do a quick 10-minute workout set, right? Or maybe it looks like, for example, for me, my daughter, I do the morning routine, I do the morning stuff with her. My husband's more so evening routine. I know I need to get my butt up before she gets up. So I know I need to get my butt up right around like 6:15 if I'm going to get my grounding practice of my anywhere from 5 to 10 minute yoga stretching to really loosen up my body, to get it flexible and to get my blood flowing and honestly just to get in a good mood. All right. So not 5 a.m., but really just 10 to 15 minutes before she does, which is anywhere from 6:30 to 7. So I like to get up at like 6:15 if I can. So I'm not risking meeting my needs before I had to tend to hers. Okay. So I hope that's helpful for you, whether you're a mom or whether you just have to be at the office at 7 a.m., which is weird even post-COVID times. Like, my God, like, can there be more flexibility in people's schedules? Or two, eating healthy, very important to feel good. Like again, just to feel good, to have energy throughout the day, to feel like your body is strong, to feel like you are like really just loving yourself and respecting yourself. It's having these healthy eating habits. And again, I'm going to talk to you talk to you, especially if you're the one with a busy schedule, mom, busy career, whatever it is. Make eating healthy simple for you. I'm a big fan of crock pot, of doing minimal meal prep. Maybe it's the night before or the morning of, and let that crock pot run for 8 hours, maybe 10 on low, right? And just let that crock pot simmer. So your meal, your healthy lean meat chili is ready when you get home. Your healthy lean tortilla soup is ready when you get home. And it's feeding everybody. Again, maybe just yourself. You have it for a few days, fantastic, or it's feeding your family, right? It's so much better than this processed food, than a frozen pizza or frozen chicken tenders or frozen potato fries. Like the processed food, it is affecting us on so many levels, not just physically, but again, the brain. It's going to get you in a weird state. And, in a state to where, again, I just think like you feel sluggish, you don't feel good. And that's how these mental health issues can pop up. Okay. One of the ways. Okay. Number three tip for really prioritizing your self-care is eat lunch anywhere but your desk. All right. Eat lunch with anything but besides your phone. Please don't eat in front of your laptop. Please don't like have your phone in front of your face while you're eating. I mean, eating lunch, it's only like a 10-minute thing anyway. Like if you're eating by yourself, right? You're taking a break from work, you're making something or you're going somewhere to eat. Like it takes you like 10 minutes to eat anyway, maybe 15. Can you be without your laptop? Can you be without your phone while you're having this meal? And the reason why this is important is because that way you can actually be present with your food and taste the flavors, really process in a way to where you're paying attention and you're present with the food. Like I did this before when I started my coaching business 6 years ago. There was just so much work and things. I was doing all the things before I had any help, and I would just overeat. I would overeat, I would binge eat, I would eat out of like because I'm just not paying attention. And I gained some weight. I'm like, okay, I can't be like life coach Nikki here and not taking care of myself because I have to do these other things at my desk. No, I need to not eat at my desk, eat more consciously and lose this. I don't even know what it was, honestly. 8 pounds, maybe 10 pounds. I got to get this all fast because this isn't the coach that I want to be. This isn't the representation I want to have. And these just aren't my values, right? Just checking out, numbing out, not paying attention. Like it's totally against what I believe in and what I teach my clients. You got to be present, you got to respect yourself, you got to make time for yourself to create these good habits. Okay. Okay, moving on to number 4. So I wanted to put in a little bit of wiggle room here in the event that you miss a morning workout. Because sometimes I will. My daughter will wake up and I'm like, what the hell is she doing up at like 5 a.m.? Like, this is crazy. Anyway, if there's no way that I got my morning yoga in or I didn't get my morning workout in, I do like to have that time when, my husband's home or when my daughter's at, daycare, I will go for like a 3-mile walk. I would do that. And I do that one because yeah, I want to stay in shape. I have a certain standard for my physique, but really going for that long walk and really just working out, I need it for my brain. I need it for my mental health. I need it so I don't get depressed, so I don't turn into a bitch, so I don't become evil, so I can hold space for the people that I love, so I can have like the capacity and the bandwidth to just listen to people, to be present with my spouse, with my kid, with my clients, with my friends. Okay, like I have to take care of myself, get this exercise in somewhere. Okay, evenings like my last resort because I do just like to be home and with my family. But I'll get that in because I have a standard for my physique, yes, but I just can't be an evil, crazy woman. Don't feel good. Definitely don't look good. Move it on to number 5, to where this is very important piece of your self-care is, and I've already kind of been talking about it, but again, your mindset. I feel like another great way beyond exercise and eating healthy to be in a good place, physically, mentally, of course, but like really just to have your thoughts, your beliefs, your ideas, your excitements for like now in the future it's developing this really good self-respecting, self-care, healthy habit of reading. Reading, because we're already in the phone, the laptop, all the time. And I love watching Netflix. I love watching shows. I do. But I make sure that I read first 90% of the time for 20 minutes or so because I just, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of when I read, whether it's a fiction book for my book club or some type of personal development book that is focused on like women leadership, I feel amazing. My thoughts stay on the up and up. I'm learning new things on where maybe I need to set a boundary with somebody. I'm learning new things on where I'm probably getting complacent or I need to develop or sharpen a skill. Like it just keeps my brain strong, creative, and just excited for life. Number 6, no matter what your schedule, have dates with your friends. Every 3 or 4 weeks. Make time to get together with your bestie. My favorite thing to do, and I'm not saying that this is for everybody, and I think if there's a known problem with this, you shouldn't do this, but I love getting together with my friends for wine dates. Okay. But if that's not something that is good for you, don't do that. Get together for coffee, right? Or get together for a mocktail or get together for, a comedy show or some type of event. But I love getting together with my girlfriends for a wine date every few weeks just to shoot the stuff, to laugh, to make jokes, to share, crazy stories or silly things that happen or maybe something that was like ridiculous that happened with somebody, just like to like shoot the stuff, to connect, to get out of mom mode, to get out of work mode, to get out of spouse mode, just to like lighten up a bit. I love that. And I just really enjoy and appreciate learning about wine, the taste of it, pairing it with certain foods, and just the whole ambiance and environment and atmosphere of like fine wine. I mean, I'm not drinking like fine wine, but just like really good wine in nice, pretty, um, elegant places. That's one of my things that I love to do, my social things that I love to do. What is your favorite social thing that you love to do? And are you doing it regularly? every 3 to 4 weeks. That's definitely a big part of self-care. It is. Okay. Is connection, relationships, friendship. Okay. Tip number 7, have a no phone rule between certain hours of the day. Again, I mean, it's right here. I can pick it up and show it to you, but we need to have boundaries with this thing. Even though it does a lot of cool stuff, we need to have boundaries with our phone because it's so easy to not. It's so easy to just have it be a crutch, to have it be an addiction. It's important to get our face out of our phone and to connect in real life, whether it's with ourselves, and with friends and family. A rule that I've created in our house that we follow, again, pretty good. I mean, we could probably get better. We're probably like 80% of the time, and I think we can get it to 90% of the time, but we don't have our phones. There's no phones between 5 and 7, 7:30. There's no phones in the evenings when we are spending time together as a family. And it's only 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I mean, come on. Like, if there's something really cute happening and we want to take a picture of our daughter or a family picture and we're out and about, yeah, we'll do that. But there's no texting, there's no email, there's no scrolling, none of that. None of that. Because I'll tell you what, the more that we stay in our phones, it's a sure way to have a marriage, a relationship go bad. It's a sure way to not be a really good example for your kids if you have any. And if it's a sure way to just, let's say there is no spouse or kids, it's a sure way to for you to continue to like check out from the world and what's going on around you. Like just imagine if you were out of your phone, how many more conversations would you have with strangers in line or at the restaurant or just random conversation or compliments would you give like that the phone steals us from meeting people randomly and connecting and having fun moments, a cool thing happening, right? I mean, that's why online dating's so big right now because people are in their phone all the time. I mean, it's kind of hard to go to a bar now and chat with somebody and have them be approachable or you be approachable because you're in your phone. Tip number 8. A big part of self-care, really being in a good place with yourself, is surrounding yourself with women who inspire you, women who empower you. I've talked about this in other videos, but what women's empowerment or inspiring women's circle can you join? Can you become a part of? Can you get in the rooms of? So recently, I've shared in other videos, book club with women, love it. You know what? My favorite thing about book club, especially this one, is talking with the older women, the women who are like 60 plus, learning about their life, learning about their kids, just learning about their journey and and just learning about what life is like, after 40, right? 50, 60. So I love that. And I talk to the women that are very inspirational, that are inspiring, that are successful, that just have positive attitudes. I don't talk to, because there are some of these at book club, the negative Nancy's or complainers or always something. I'm like, I steer clear of them as best as I can unless I get trapped sitting next to them and there's no other seats. But I really like to gravitate towards the women who are just really inspiring, really kind, positive, funny, warm, welcoming. Like that's a good place. But what I've also done, like book club, but what I've also done recently is I've invested big time in my personal development and growing myself, growing my coaching practice, and just stretching outside my comfort zones in a women's mastermind. And it was huge, huge money. But I'm like, you know what? I'm at a stage in my life to where I hit 40. I have an amazing daughter. I have dreams. I have goals. I'm very ambitious. I need to get in that room. I need to get in that community. And I wanted it to be around mothers who are in business, who are getting outside their comfort zones, who are really successful. How can I learn from them? I want to learn a lot. So I've invested in myself to do that. Sometimes you're going to have to invest to be in the room around the people that have the life or that are really inspiring. And maybe you don't want their exact life, but you like the direction they're headed. Sometimes that takes an investment and a stretch outside of the normal day-to-day of what's around you. Okay. Because honestly, empowering women, successful women to where if they're not like around you, like in your local area, just if you're an ambitious woman, like those people, like that woman I just described, they're investing in themselves. They are paying to be part of that community because women who aren't ambitious or who kind of just settle and they're kind of just going through like the motions and they're a bit negative and they aren't, they don't have any like passions or aspirations, like they're not like they're not doing they're not focusing on becoming the best possible version of themselves, right? And there's too many of those. So the ones that are complete opposite and that are standing out in the world, like, yeah, like that's what they do. They invest in themselves. Okay, so consider that. Maybe you start out the book club. Maybe you start out with a life coach. And then maybe you really start investing in being part of that bigger mastermind group, and to where they also do retreats once a year too. We have a retreat coming up in Maine, not until October, but I'm super excited, fired up about that. It's a year-long mastermind that I'm part of, and I'm loving it already, learning tons. I already feel like a completely different person. I'm glad I started this in on Thanksgiving because um, I love getting a head start and diving in towards my goals, like actually before the new year. I like to get a month-ish head start. Tip number 9, my love, of practicing self-care. Now we're getting to like some of the actual like, self-care things that are more mainstream. Is I really feel like having a really good simple skincare routine because like what you see when you look in the mirror, that's just going to change your whole life too. La Roche, it's a French brand, and I just have a face wash. I have a toner, like a mist toner with a serum, and then a moisturizer, and then that's it. So it's 4 steps that I do morning and night, and every time I do it, I feel the difference. I can see the difference, and I'm just like, wow, this is very sustainable for me. And I wish I would have started this like in my 20s or honestly consistently like in my 30s because I didn't. I didn't really start having a good quality skincare routine until now, till 40. So, highly recommend that. That's a good self-care practice to have, self-respect process to have. And here's another one, taking care of your dental hygiene. Brushing every night, flossing. A lot of people brush morning and night, maybe middle day, but not everyone is flossing. Anyways, like these are my 10 really honest, transparent, truthful self-care slash self-respect tips that I'm giving you today that you can make time for. Because these are practical things, I really believe, for the most part. And these are things that should be non-negotiable because the consequences are really high. The cost of not practicing these tips, and listen, if you have other ones that have really helped you to up level your life or that have helped you in, really just making your life and your mental well-being a lot, like all that much better, please share them in the comments. Like I want to know what they are. And I'm sure some other ladies want to know what they are too. Like share them. Prioritizing your self-care, prioritizing respecting yourself and loving yourself changes everything. Okay, so if you do this, let's say you're a single gal and you want to call in healthy love. So don't you think if you took care of yourself, you respected yourself, you loved yourself, and you prioritize yourself, I feel like that energy, don't you think that energy, you're going to call that into you as well? A man who feels the same about himself and who knows how to meet you where you're at. You have shared standards, share values, share goals. I mean, that's going to be a healthy relationship. So if you're not doing things like this now or similar to it, you're going to attract that person who isn't doing it either, and then they're just going to project their stuff on you. So practice respecting yourself, caring for yourself, prioritizing yourself, loving yourself. That's how you attract healthy partner and just healthy relationships in general. All right. And if you are not a single gal, but you're coupled up and maybe you have some kids or not. But like if you're taking care of yourself, you're probably going to be a nicer person to your partner. If you have kids, if you're taking care of yourself, don't you think you're going to be more present, more patient? You're going to have a bandwidth that is wider, just more available to not freak out when your kids have the tantrum, like they can have the tantrum without you having a tantrum. Like when you take care of yourself, you have so much more to offer and give and just to hold. Okay. I really hope that this was helpful today. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. Check out this video here because this is going to be a good one as well. It's talking about career burnout, and we're not just career burnout, relationship stuff too. But if you like this one, you're going to love this one. And listen, if you're a woman to where you're like, look, I'm stepping into 2025, making myself a priority, really doing my inner work and letting go of all this baggage that has been keeping me held back and feeling stuck in my life, right? You're ready to call in healthy love. You're ready to just create a life on your terms. And what I mean when I say that is you are ready to create a life and just live life that feels aligned and true and authentic to you. Okay, you are ready to become the best possible version of yourself, not just for a couple of days, but indefinitely. This is the work I teach my clients in a Confident Woman Unleash, my 90-day signature program. So if you're ready to become that woman, I like to call her a Confident Woman Unleash. I think it's an amazing name and it speaks to exactly what I help my clients with. Book in a free 30-minute clarity call. The link is below in the description. Let's have a conversation, talk about where you're at, what do you want to work on, what you want to create, and I'm going to share with you the very next steps to get there. Okay? All right. Thank you for watching. Maybe I'll be talking with you soon. I would love that. And check out this video here. Until next week. Bye for now.